Good afternoon. We had strong winds throughout the day. Those will die down as we head through tonight with the skies clearing. 34 low in Sioux Falls, 30 Aberdeen, 31 in Pierre, and 32 in Rapid City. Tomorrow, another sunny day, not quite as windy, and those temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer. 63 Sioux Falls, 62 in Aberdeen, 66 in Pierre, and 70 in Rapid City. Even warmer this weekend. We'll take a closer look at that coming up. KELOLAND's First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, First at 4.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem responds to being banned from another American reservation. We're going to hear directly from the governor in just a few moments.
Plus, another wrinkle in the Twin Cities rideshare saga, how an extension could change the situation for Uber and Lyft.
And later, the Biden administration is trying to close a common gun selling loophole. We'll have the reaction from Capitol Hill. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Today, we heard from Governor Kristi Noem about her banishment from 3 Native American reservations located in the state. She says people who live in tribal communities support her.
I'm calling for an audit, and they have begged me to please don't stop what you're doing. So I know for a fact that the vast majority of people in these tribal areas, they support my efforts to bring attention to this because they're tired of living the way that they do.
Noem has called for an audit of federal money to South Dakota tribes. The governor spoke with KELOLAND's Dan Santella today. You'll hear much more from her about the banishment and different issues tonight at 6.
Well, the Standing Rock Reservation is just the latest Native American tribe to ban Governor Noem from its lands. In the past few weeks, Noem was banned from the Cheyenne River Sioux and the Pine Ridge reservations prior to the Standing Rock ban. This meant Noem was not allowed in just over 10% of the total land in South Dakota. You can read more about the other bans at a KELOLAND.com original by Jacob Newton.
Let's get a check of the weather now. It was cold out there with that wind today.
Yeah, really not liking today.
Let's take it back, Megan.
Well, we do start warming up tomorrow and looking at some 80s coming this weekend with some sunshine before we start cooling back down as we head into the end of next week. Right now in Sioux Falls, our temperature is actually near normal with that strong wind keeping them a little bit cooler, and we do have a few clouds working their way through our area. Right now, Sioux Falls at 58 degrees and that strong northwest wind at around 23 miles an hour. We've had sunshine all day in Rapid City, right now at 58, and that north wind. Here's a look at our highest temperatures since midnight. We hit 60 in Mitchell, 52 in Brookings, 59 in Sisseton, 58 in Mobridge, and a cooler 49 degrees in Custer. That strong north to northwest wind will continue this afternoon and slowly start dying down as we head into this evening and overnight. Right now, that wind at 15 to 30 miles an hour with a few higher wind gusts. And because of those strong winds and our already dry conditions, there is a red flag warning in effect through this evening in south central and southeastern KELOLAND. That just means if a fire does get started outside, it can spread quickly. So for tonight, we'll clear out the clouds. Our winds die down. 34 the low in Sioux Falls, 30 Aberdeen, 31 in Pierre, and 32 in Rapid City. Tomorrow, sunny. The wind stays mostly light. Those temperatures start climbing. 63 Sioux Falls, 62 in Aberdeen, 66 in Pierre, and 70 in Rapid City. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday all have temperatures nearing 80 degrees. But then we have some rain and thunderstorms moving in through the first half of next week. We'll take a closer look at the timing of that coming up.
Thanks, Megan. The rideshare saga in Minneapolis could have a new wrinkle. At today's council meeting, members will propose delaying the implementation. Jeff Wagner with our CBS affiliate in Minnesota has the details.
The countdown to Uber and Lyft leaving all or part of the Twin Cities market is now under 3 weeks, a time frame that could get a lengthy extension.
Well, to be clear, we would prefer that Uber and Lyft not leave. We would prefer that they stay and they pay workers what they're owed.
Minneapolis City Council President Elliot Payne is one of 3 council members proposing the rideshare ordinance begin on July 1st instead of May 1st. One reason is to give new rideshare companies more time to get proper licensing, recruit drivers, and better establish themselves.
We're in 20 regions across the country.
Steve Wright is the CEO of Rides, one of several companies ready to expand into the Minneapolis area.
We are working diligently to be ready to have drivers up and available by May 1st. We're on track for that. Things are looking really good for that at this point. But I do understand some of the other companies may not be quite as far along as we are and need a little more time to get in position there.
Another factor motivating a 2-month delay involves the state legislature.
We wanted to make time for our partners at the state capitol to be able to pass a statewide policy that's really comprehensive, that includes the disability community, make sure that workers are protected across the state.
Besides the proposed delay, council members at Thursday's meeting will also have a chance to reconsider the initial ordinance. However, what that means remains unclear. Jeff Wagner, WCCO News.
Yesterday on First at 4, we told you about the Iowa State House passing changes to the state's automated traffic camera systems. Well, now smaller towns that rely on those cameras are feeling the pressure. Todd Magel explains why one town feel like it's being targeted.
Prairie City police say their speed cameras have reduced crashes in town and raised a lot of revenue. But now that all could change.
But yes, it almost does seem like that smaller communities are maybe getting singled out. And I'm not sure the reasoning behind it.
Prairie City Police Chief Kevin Gott feels like some state lawmakers are out to get smaller Iowa towns with speed cameras. For years, Republican lawmakers have tried to ban speed cameras, saying they're unfair. Now, the Iowa House has voted to ban the cameras in towns with fewer than 20,000 residents.
Traffic cameras are speed traps. I don't believe they're constitutional.
Chief Gott says his cameras on Highway 163 and near the school are beneficial. Speeding violations have gone from a peak of 8,600 a month in 2022 to around 600 a month in 2024. Ticket revenue topped out around $120,000 a month and has now dropped to $55,000 a month. And most of that money helped build a new library and will pay for a future fire station.
It seems like they're really hurting the people that really need it the most. For our community, we're a 2,000-ish population. We have 3 full-time police officers, so it's not practical or feasible for us to be able to sit out and enforce traffic on the highway.
The speed camera legislation now goes from the House to the Iowa Senate, where it faces an uncertain future. In Prairie City, Todd Magel, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.